Alright, this is going to be a tier list for true wireless earbuds for 2024. Other ones may come out later, and maybe I have to redo this tier list again. But for now, as of May 2024, I'm only going to be doing a select handful of these, ones that I've either tried or have tried and are still using today. So most of these will not be included, but the ones that I will include, I have reviews for my own personal experiences in past videos. So if you're interested in checking out what I think about certain earbuds, then you can go back in the videos that I've made and check out those videos to see what I think of those. Start out with the easiest of the bunch, which is AirPods. So AirPods are very conditional in the sense that I'm gonna put them in S tier, but they only go in S tier if you are in the Apple environment. So you have iPhone, Mac, iPad, things like that. And if you see earbud reviewers review AirPods, they'll pretty much say the same thing. Like they're the best that you can get if you're in the Apple ecosystem. And I can kind of agree with that. But since I'm not in the Apple ecosystem, they're not good for me. But again, if you are in the Apple ecosystem, and especially right now, as long as you're not gonna buy them from Apple, they are a really safe bet because, like from Amazon, they go on sale quite a lot, and also at Best Buy they go on sale. And if you don't have access to those two and you're stuck with Apple, then unfortunately the price you have to pay is the full, but again, they are pretty much worth it in my opinion. Next up are going to be the Beats Studio Buds Plus. So these are going to go in the needs works category. And the reason why that is because between these and its predecessor, which are the Beats Studio Buds Regular, they made two changes. One is pretty significant, and one is just like a visual change. So the first one is a switch from Lightning to Type C. So the regular ones had Lightning, and these ones have Type C charging. And the second one, which I said is more of a visual thing, is that they made the case look transparent. And I don't think that the transparent case really helps the fact that they don't sound very good. And I actually don't own these. I had them for less than a day and I returned them the day after I got them because the sound quality was just not that good and everything else was just very mediocre. So I wouldn't recommend getting these because they're just overall not that great and they're not very worth it for the price that you have to pay for them. Actually, I'm going to move AirPods down to A tier because the audio quality is not fantastic. Like it's decent, but it's not fantastic. And also, there's no custom EQ, so there's no way to really improve the audio quality. You're kind of stuck with what Apple decided to put in them, like in terms of drivers and stuff like that. Next up are the Beats Fit Pro. So I'll put these here, and these are pretty interchangeable between I think B and A. So these can be A depending on the comfort that these have for you. For me personally, these start to give me excruciating pain after, let's say, like a couple of hours. So I can't wear them for longer than that before they just make my ears hurt so bad. But they have better sound quality than the AirPods, and they have like the H something chip, so they work similarly to AirPods in that you can adjust all their settings within iPhone. And the reason why I would also consider them being in this tier is because they're more compatible than AirPods with Android, because they actually have their own app with Android. But because they hurt my ears after long periods of time, then I have them here. But if you can wear them for longer periods with no ear fatigue, then they would probably go here for you. But for me, they would stay in B. This OK tier, mainly because the case is flimsy and there's no wireless charging. And on top of that, it doesn't have true wireless or true multi-point, like similar to AirPods, where the multi-point only technically works between Apple devices. Okay, Bose QC Ultra earbuds, again C tier. So there's a lot of reviews about these earbuds saying that these are great earbuds and things like that. And truth be told, these earbuds are really not that great, despite having really good sound quality and really good ANC. So there's two things behind this. One thing is that they have a variety of different issues. Me personally, I have constant connectivity issues with them, but other people had things like constant buzzing in one ear, or maybe they have battery issues, or etc. etc. So that's one thing. They have QC issues, no pun intended. And the other thing is that they're missing a lot of key features that earbuds in 2024 should have. So one thing is wireless charging, and I don't really care about wireless charging, but a lot of people do. And because that they don't have that is one of the reasons why I would put this in this tier, even though I don't care about wireless charging. And the other thing, what I do care about is multi-point connectivity. So the current earbuds I use, which I'll get to later in this video, have actually 3-point multi-point, and these don't have any kind of multi-point. So for, again, like I said, in 2024, it's not really acceptable for a pair of Bluetooth earbuds to not have multi-point connectivity. And to be honest, what I would hope that Bose would add multi-point at some point to these earbuds, or maybe they'll just take their time with it and add it to whatever their next pair of Bluetooth earbuds are. I'm not gonna wait for that. Like, I think that they should have added in with the QC2s, but they just rebranded it and didn't really add many features to it. So that's why these, and if I had the QC2s here, those would also go in the C tier. But the Ultras go in C tier for me. Sony XM5s, I'm probably gonna get a lot of for this, but so the reason why I put them there is, so the XM5s are kind of known for three things, I think. So first one, the compact case is very compact, same size as AirPods Pros, if not smaller. Second thing is the sound quality. Sound quality is pretty good. Same thing as the XM4 is also pretty good. And third thing is that they are supposedly have one of the best ANC in all pairs of Bluetooth earbuds. Now, the reason why I put them in this tier is because the pair that I had pretty much non-existent ANC. So probably that's maybe their defective pair of earbuds, but my pair, the ANC just didn't work properly, I guess. But the main reason why I put them in this tier is because the fit is just not there. And you know, everyone has different ears, and fitting comfort, I guess, is going to be different for everyone. But for me personally, these are the only pair of earbuds that I've tried that I cannot fit in my ear for the life of me. I tried to stuff these in my ears like the best that I could, and they just would not stay in at all. And for me, like, fit and comfort is really important. So these earbuds just could not even stay in for like a second. And the last pair of the XM4s were actually decent with fit and comfort. Like, they fit in okay, but they did something to the design and it just got significantly worse. So that's why I put them in C tier. And if you're gonna disagree with me, that's okay. It's just that they don't work for me. But if you're an enjoyer of the Sony XM5s, then more power to you. Okay, Sony Linkbuds S, these go in A tier. So the Linkbuds S have pretty good sound quality, pretty good ANC, and decent noise transparency. And the form factor is really small, so they should fit well in most people's ears. I think the one thing that they are inferior towards compared to the S tier earbuds is that the touch controls are not customizable. So if they were customizable, I would honestly put them in S tier, but because they're not, and you can only pretty much have set functions for each earbud, they go in the A tier. But overall, it's a very solid package that you're getting, and especially if you can get them on sale. So if you can get them for 130 on Amazon, which is they go down to that price kind of often, if not for like 150, then these are definitely a steal. And a lot of people have battery issues with them, but I personally haven't. And because of the potential to be really cheap compared to other Bluetooth earbuds, I think they deserve an A tier. And the last pair of earbuds for this video are going to be the Technics AZ60M2s, which will go in S tier. And if you're wondering why I'm not doing the AZ80s is because I only own the 60M2s, and the reason why I don't own the 80s is because they're on a more premium price point. And I think that the 60M2s have a higher edge on the AZ80s because they offer basically the same specs and sound quality, ANC, etc., but they're significantly cheaper. So they go on sale more often than the AZ80s. Like I've seen the AZ80s go on sale maybe once in the past year. It was like during Black Friday or something. And the AZ60M2s were on sale for under 200 USD on Amazon at least for like the longest time. Maybe right now it depends because the timing is a little bit weird. But you can definitely get these for under 200 if you're just constantly looking for the cheaper price, and you're getting pretty much all the same stuff as the AZ80s. And they go in S tier because if you look at my video on these earbuds, I gave them the earbuds of the year so far because we're not done with the year. But at least as of Q2 of 2024, these are the only ones that get S tier, in my opinion. Okay, so the tier list looks a little bit different now because of some shenanigans that happened before. But I only have one more earbud to put on this tier list, and that's the Momentum True Wireless 3s from Sennheiser. So they go in the no good category, and you can kind of ignore most of the stuff that I put in the video that I did on these earbuds because now they are completely dead for me. Like they will not charge at all, and they just don't work at all anymore. So it lasted roughly a little bit over than a year, but they stopped working. And this is really unfortunate because the earbuds that I've had longer than the Momentum True Wireless 3s are still working today. Like the Beats Fit Pro I've had longer. The AirPods Pro I used before when I had only iPhone, and the Sony XM4s I also had before the Sennheisers. So all those still work even today, but the Sennheiser stopped working, and that's why I'm putting them in the no good category. Okay, so I'm redoing the tier list a little bit, but only for the Beats Fit Pro, and this is maybe the last time I do it because I've kind of like come to a verdict on where I think these deserve to go, and this is where I think they should go and very good above AirPods. And the reason for that is because of the fact that two things. They sound a lot better than AirPods. Second thing is that they are more compatible with Android because they have an app on Android. If you want to use these with Android, it's actually not a problem. And I guess one more thing would be depending on your ears, because fit is obviously subjective, these should fit better in your ears because of the wingtip. And I think that the positives with these earbuds outweigh the negatives. And the negatives are pretty much all with the case. So the case is pretty bulky. It's pretty flimsy. So if you try to like open it, it like squeaks a little bit. But I think as long as you don't drop it and you take relatively good care of it, then the case really shouldn't be an issue. And the size of it, it can fit in your pocket. So for me, that's good enough. And then, like I said, it's bulky, so it's bigger than the AirPods case. And I guess the biggest one for some people would be that it doesn't have wireless charging, but the AirPods have wireless charging and MagSafe charging. But for me, that's not a big deal. I'm perfectly fine with using a cable as long as it uses Type C. But yeah, I think the positives outweigh the negatives that it has with the AirPods. I don't really have an outro for this video, but if you're someone who's looking to get a pair of Bluetooth earbuds is as of Q2 of 2024, then I hope this video was informative and it helps you to sort of decide which ones you would want to get and which ones are maybe not the best in your interests. But I hope that was helpful.